A year later, little Minji's first birthday arrived, a joyful milestone that brought together close family members to celebrate her special day. Inside the baby's room, Minsu was gently getting Minji dressed, carefully adjusting the frills of her birthday outfit. Sonjin entered quietly and came to stand beside her, a warm smile playing on his lips as he watched her. Sensing his presence, Minsu turned to glance at him, a hint of concern in her eyes as she asked if everything outside was going smoothly. She confessed that she wanted everything to be perfect. Sonjin pulled her into his arms and placed a gentle kiss on her forehead, reassuring her that she had nothing to worry about. He had made sure everything was running smoothly, and Yeren was also helping to ensure that the celebration unfolded perfectly. Minsu smiled at his reassurance and thanked him. Holding her even tighter, Sonjin looked at her with affection and expressed his disbelief that their baby girl was already a year old. With a playful grin, he teased that maybe it was time they started trying for baby number 2. Minsu shook her head, chuckling softly as she admitted she wasn't ready for that just yet. Sonjin let out a light laugh, assuring her that he had only been joking and that they would take all the time they needed to raise Minji before thinking about expanding their family. Wrapping his arms around her waist, he leaned in for a kiss, but just as their lips were about to meet, Minji, who had been resting on the bed, began to cry, clearly wanting her father's attention. Sonjin immediately turned toward her and scooped her up in his arms, playfully bouncing and comforting her. Minsu smiled at the sight and took a moment to ask if he had spoken to Wubin and whether he would be attending the party. Sonjin's expression turned slightly disappointed as he explained that Wubin had messaged him saying he was still traveling and wouldn't be able to make it. However, he added that at least Yuna would be attending and that her flight was expected to land any minute. As they stood there, basking in the moment with their daughter, Yeren entered the room and informed them that everything was ready and the party was about to begin. Minsu and Sonjin followed her out, stepping into the beautifully decorated backyard where guests had gathered. Everyone stood around Minji, who sat comfortably on her birthday chair, surrounded by balloons and birthday presents. Cameras clicked as photos were taken, capturing the happy atmosphere. Standing beside Minsu, Sonjin held her hand tightly and whispered that their daughter looked absolutely beautiful. He praised her for organizing such a wonderful celebration and gently teased her for worrying so much. It had turned out perfectly. As they soaked in the joy of the moment, Wubin and Yuna unexpectedly arrived together. Surprised by their appearance, Minsu and Sonjin rushed over to greet them. Sonjin gave Wubin a warm hug and told him how good it was to see him again, adding that he had been gone for too long. Wubin, ever the joker, replied that if Sonjin wanted to keep him close, he should consider taking him as a second spouse. Everyone burst into laughter at the comment. Minsu turned to Yuna and complimented her, saying she looked more beautiful than ever. She admitted she was surprised to see her arriving with Wubin, as she had expected Yuna to come alone. Before Minsu could ask more, Wubin chimed in, saying they had wanted to surprise everyone. Yuna excitedly raised her hand, showing off a sparkling engagement ring, and announced that she was engaged.